Welcome back to Fluttering Butterflies. My name is Michelle and this is a very late July book haul. This book haul is coming at you in 3 parts. The first is the 8 books that I've been sent for review during the month of July, the 4 books that I bought myself this month, and also 4 books I received for my birthday in July. Here we go. First up, I got these 2 amazing looking books from Hodder. The first is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. On the front it says, "Remember, it's only a game." On the back it says, "Welcome to Caraval, where nothing is quite as it seems." This was mentioned a bit at YALC. I love the page edges. I love how pretty this proof is. I've heard some exciting things about it. I'm really looking forward to it. I also got a copy of Frostblood by Ellie Blake. On the back here it says, "Affairs between fire and ice rarely end well," and this whole cover is about fire and ice, and I'm fire, I guess. And it says, "You can turn your enemies to ashes and burn villages to the ground. Hunted near extinction by frostblood warriors, you live in constant fear of discovery, but your heart burns for revenge." Already I'm super excited about this. So hurrah! Thank you so much to Hodder for both of those books. Next up, hugely excited, the new Cami McGovern. This one's called A Step Towards Falling. Sometimes the worst thing you can do is nothing at all. I really loved Cami's debut book, Amy and Matthew. I thought that was incredible. This one's being published in August. It sounds like 2 people make a mistake. They should have stepped in to help someone and they didn't, and this is the sort of everything that happens afterwards. Again, I'm really excited even knowing such few details about this book. Hurrah, the new Karen David. This one's called Cuckoo. I already started reading it before YALC. I'm not very far into it. It's told in part by... It's told in video transcripts about a boy telling his story. He was this famous soap star. He then becomes homeless due to whatever happens during his story. I'm really intrigued. It's a very interesting sort of format to tell the story. I've always loved Karen David stories in the past, and I'm hugely excited for this one. I also received this copy of Did I Mention I Miss You by Estelle Mascame. This is the 3rd book in the hugely popular trilogy. I still haven't read the first 2 books in the series, but thank you very much for this copy. I also caught a beautiful hardback copy of The Edge of the Light by Elizabeth George. I remember reading the first book in the series and really loving it, so I really need to get a move on and start reading this series already. Another hugely exciting copy of Summer Shadows by Joss Sterling arrived. This is the final book in the Benedict Brothers series about savants to it, but I really love Joss Sterling and I love reading books in this series, so it won't be long before I finish this one. And probably most excitedly is this copy of The Creeper Man by Dawn Kurtagage. Regular viewers of this channel will know that I read and loved Dawn's first book, The Dead House. I'm so excited about this one. I love this cover. Look at that, guys. Amazing! So those are the books that I got sent for review this month. I picked up 2 books, sort of whim purchases at my local supermarket. Unbecoming by Jenny Downham, which I said that I was not going to read because it has an element of dementia in the storyline, and that is a little bit too close to home, but I thought that I would pick it up in paperback anyway, and maybe eventually it won't be so hard to read about. And I also picked up After You by Jojo Moyes, the sequel to Me Before You, because I recently watched the film and it reminded me how cute these characters are, and I wanted to see where the story would go. So I picked up those 2. I also picked up this copy of I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson, which I found in really good condition at a local charity shop. I do have a proof copy, I believe, of this book, or maybe I read it from NetGalley, but the pages in here, they're too pretty for me to pass up a finished copy of this book, and I absolutely adore this story, so I couldn't I really couldn't resist. Fourth and final book that I wanted to share with you that I bought myself is this copy of Selected Poems by Langston Hughes. This is a book that I bought myself for my birthday. I have read a couple of poems already by Langston Hughes, but I wanted to read more. I've already started reading this one and I love it, so yay, poetry! That leads me on to the third part of this video, which is the books that I received for my birthday. The first I'm really excited about is called Love at First Stitch, Demystifying Dressmaking, and this is by Tilly Walness, maybe. Making my own clothes is something that I've been really excited to do, and I need a little bit of help to get me started, so I thought that this would be a great place to start, and I'm really happy that that was bought for my birthday. I also received a copy of the Bookshop book by Jen Campbell, and this is a book about bookshops all over the world, and Jen Campbell is one of my favorite people as well. I love watching her booktube videos. I think she's amazing. So I'm really excited to read this one, actually. And the last two books I wanted to share with you are related. The first is this copy of the Boxcar Children by Gertrude Chandler Warner, which is my actual favorite book in the world. I love it. I have a really, really battered hardback copy that I bought that I can't remember how I even acquired it. So when I opened my present and saw this book, I was a little bit confused because I already have this book. I wouldn't give up my copy of the book for anything. A little puzzled by this present until I realized what was also in the package together, and that is this book. It's the same book, except rather than it being in English, it's the Spanish version, and It's not something I think I've mentioned on this channel or on my blog as yet, but I am learning Spanish at the moment, and this was a really, really fantastic gift because it means that I'm already familiar with the story and the words and everything in here, but I can go through, I think I'm on like the third chapter already, and I can start reading a really simple children's book in Spanish, and it's going to help me understand things better, sort of condense my knowledge of Spanish. So I'm really, really excited about both of these books. So that's it for me today. Those are the books that I received for review, that I bought myself, and also the books that I was given for my birthday. I'll have another video up soon of the books that I purchased or received during YALC, which was the most amazing weekend ever, and some of my really brief thoughts about that, but stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next time.